Okay. I want to say that this review was inspired by a conversation that I had with a friend about some like fake faux American Girl dolls that I'm going to read in the Patreon at some point. But just so we have some context here about why I was looking up American Girl doll reviews. Now you know.
Oh my God.
This is a 1-star review from AmericanGirl.com. It is referencing the doll Truly Me doll, it's called, and it's number 88, which I just thought is like so funny, and we'll get into it in the review, that they like literally have a number for every that's associated with every single one of their dolls.
I thought they were called like Samantha.
They are, but I guess it's like maybe that's just like the Truly Me dolls have a number, but like it literally says like Truly Me doll number 88. So this is the 88th of the Truly Me doll collection, because people really are into this try. They collect these American Girl dolls. I mean, it was popular when we were kids, so now there's new generations of parents that are passing their American Girl dolls onto the new kid. It's just like a whole world. Someone that works for my dad's office, her daughter used to be obsessed with American Girls. So this is a real thing. Anyway, people have real opinions about this is the point. This review is a 1-star review written by May 1010. The subject of the review is 3 bad wigs. Here we go.
Cannot wait.
Here we go.
Oh, no.
My daughter wanted 88 for Christmas this year. I saw that she was back ordered by a month, so I went ahead and purchased the doll. Both of my girls have a couple AG dolls, and I saved my 3 from when I was little. This would be the 11th doll. So this doll shows up looking beautiful in the box. Since I read some bad reviews about the hair thinning, I took her out to look her over. I was shocked. I called AG and they sent a replacement. Same thing with a second doll. Called again and they sent a third. They all have the same problem. IMO, American Girl, should stop production on this doll until they get this wig fixed. If you are a collector, probably not a big deal. But the moment you start to play with the hair is where you will see the scalp. My other daughter wanted the bright pink hair doll. I ordered that one, and her wig is shiny, beautiful, but on the thin side, and you can see the scalp on that one, but not as bad as 88. I told my daughter the issues with 88, so she's looking at the purple hair doll. I ordered that one, and she has a beautiful, thick, and shiny wig. The purple one was by far the best quality wig. Like I said, 88 is beautiful from the front, but check the scalp. The pink hair is nice and thick, but the light blue and purple under the pink is where the problem is. I hope they can get this wig right, because I would love to get it for my daughter at some point.
Oh my God, it's a Karen!
I should also point out, and like maybe we can put a photo somewhere. So this doll 88 has like 3 different color hair of hair.
Okay.
It's like a light, almost like platinum, gray blonde, and then blue and pink. So it's like 3 different tones throughout the hair.
And you order based on the color of the hair? Like you select that box or whatever?
No, I don't know why it's so funny because she's really just calling the other ones like the purple wig ones, and she's so specific about 88. But no, they all have names. And this 88, the only way that 88 comes is with this tri hair color.
Okay.
Does that make
All
sense?
Right. Yes, because I literally wrote down 88 versus, quote, purple-haired doll.
Yeah.
Because that's my question.
Weird that they weren't specific with the names.
Because would the purple-haired doll be, like, not 88? It would be, like,
Correct.
87 or something? Yes.
Purple hair doll would be, like, 76. Yeah.
Well,
exactly.
Well, so I did write that down because it seems like May 1010 is very big on abbreviation. May 1010 does not have time.
No.
She said May 1010 is like AG, IMO.
Right.
And 88. Like, but then purple hair doll. I just was very taken because obviously it's easier to type AG than to write American Girl multiple times.
Sure.
But
and a lot of them do, like the inside people.
That makes sense. And May is clearly inside because this is the 11th doll. Which I wrote down because American Girl dolls are not cheap.
No, they're not. This one's this is $145, this doll.
That is a lot. Now, I know that when I was purchasing stuff when I was dressing up as Miss Hannigan for Halloween, I wanted a cheap little baby doll because in the movie she rips the head off. Yeah. And baby dolls are very expensive, but $150, that is like...
I know.
Well, but to May's credit, May 1010 has 3 from their childhood, so they last lifetimes, you know?
What I think is the most interesting about this is the patience of American Girl. I mean, how many times do we think that May called customer service about this issue? And they were given 3 products, and it's not written in the narrative of the review, but I feel like we're missing a piece of the narrative because here's what I think happened. I think May called customer service the first time, they sent a second one. Called customer service the second time, they sent a second, whatever. They had 3 dolls total, basically, of this doll sent to them. None of them were good. Then I think they said, well, you know what? Why don't we send you another doll then? And I think that's where Purple Doll came from.
I think you're right.
I think Purple Doll was free, or not free, but like was within the cost of this first purchase.
Well, I think you just clarified because I don't think May 1010 knows the number of Purple Hair Doll.
Right.
Because they were off. It was suggested by American Girl. It wasn't suggested by the daughter.
Yeah, maybe American Girl was like, you know what? If a
just
nice,
take this one.
If a nice, beautiful, thick, shiny wig is what is most important to you, then like here's a doll that will please you.
Purple hair.
And I also think that they said my other daughter wanted the bright pink hair doll, and they ordered that one. So maybe they like ordered the bright pink hair doll and this one, so they like got 2 Christmas gifts for the daughters. It sounds like one got the pink hair, the other one got 88, and pink hair was like acceptable enough to be kept, and 88 was like a real issue. Don't you think?
Yeah,
I think that's the narrative.
It feels pretty progressive to me. I think of American Girl doll as being like conservative dolls, but I love that they have like fun, crazy hair.
Yeah, I really think that they're going for a rebrand with this whole, I mean, they've been going for a rebrand for God knows how long, but the Truly Me, I think originally it was, I don't really know the whole history of American Girl, but I know it was historical, you know, people or whatever, and then they branched out into more modern day. And this is definitely, she's like a skater girl living in a skater world, whatever that song is. She's just a skater girl.
Skater girl. So I actually almost clutched my pearls when May 1010 at the beginning says that, you know, based on all these reviews about the thinning hair, I took it out of the box before giving it to my daughter.
Right.
Like, so much about dolls. There's like doll
is unboxing.
Oh my goodness. Like, and all the little like zip twisty ties you have to do. It's like, it's such a process getting the doll out.
Right.
That I just was shocked that, and then it's like nonchalant. When I got the next one, I did the same thing. I would be so mad if my mom had unboxed my doll.
Agree. All right. Maybe
so,
she knows that her kid is one that like would want to just like play with it right away, and is like, "Mommy, get it out of the thing." You know, I don't know.
True. Okay. Good point. But also, like so much of like doll play is like brushing the hair, combing the hair, putting ribbons in the hair, putting clips in the hair, doing a ponytail, doing pigtails. So
correct.
There is a value check, I think, inside of this review.
Huge.
That if like, I'm just very curious about production. Why does the like fiber color have any like? Why is there a discrepancy between purple hair doll and pink hair doll versus the rainbow hair doll. Like, shouldn't they all have the same density? Like, that is very odd.
Yeah,
to me.
it is very odd. The only thing that I can think of why we're having a problem with this, and I will say I went through like some other reviews before deciding on this one because I thought there was meat on the bone here. But most of the other ones, they will say, like, if the hair was bad, they'll actually update it and it'll say like new design or like updated version. And then there'll be reviews where people will say like got the new version and it's really great. So sometimes it does seem like we have a lemon and American Girl shifts and fix it. What?
I do not like that. Why is there ever a product that's released that needs to be updated? Why is that a consistent thing in the American Girl doll brand? Why don't you get it right the first time? I'm paying $150.
Yes, I hear you, but here's the thing. I think American Girl...
That made me so mad. Did you catch that?
Really funny. I did catch that. I think
mad.
American Girl actually comes off pretty good in this review, and this is why. Let's say American Girl does have some sort of manufacturer that they use. They sometimes release a new doll and they get a lemon. Should that happen when you're spending $150? No, it shouldn't. But listen, it happens. I'm sure these are coming from like some factory somewhere, right?
That's another question.
Right. At least they're willing to do something about it. They sent this woman at least 3 dolls.
3 dolls, yeah.
They made it to at the end of the day, her daughter had a doll that she was happy with. Does she have 88? No. But even in the end of this review, you know, May is saying, I hope that they do fix it because if they do, my daughter would love this doll. And it seems like they have a history of when something happens. Because again, remember, when I was going through and looking for reviews, I was specifically looking for products that had lower reviews because I knew that they would have something for us to talk about. So the ones that had lower reviews, it does seem like they have pivoted before. So I think that that's kind of cool. I think that it's weird that this is a 1-star review based on all of the amazing customer service that it sounds like, you know, took place.
Right. I do 2 things. I appreciate you walking me through that rage because I was stuck at the problem rather than recognizing, pulling out a little bit from the
zooming
focus
out a little bit
and seeing like, okay, but they are willing to fix, which is important.
Because sometimes someone will have a crappy product and then they don't do anything about it.
Correct.
At least they did something.
And then as far as the 1-star review, I think that May 1010 is specifically leaving the 1-star review for
this doll.
Right.
Yeah.
Which like is interesting because we are deducing and extrapolating like how great the customer service is from AG, even though May doesn't explicitly state it.
Right.
But we know that May 1010 has 11 dolls. I mean, then they had in their custody 3 more. So they've had 14 dolls.
14 dolls.
So like obviously they're probably cool with American Girl doll. And they're the one, I would say the 1 stars for Pink 88.
You're right.
So
yeah,
so it is valuable to me. It's not my world. My sister did have a Samantha doll and I was obsessed with it, but I was in the South in the 80s, so I don't need to continue that sentence. But tell me about May 1010 spelling and grammar.
Really good. Excellent. I mean, could definitely get like elementary school teacher vibes. I don't know why.
I was going to say, I feel like I can see how May is like an arts and craft person and like, is like the fun teacher that has a really cool bulletin board.
Yeah. I have to say that the review was impactful in that I think if I was, let's say my niece or something was really into American Girl and I thought, oh, that it is like a pretty doll, though I just noticed that the doll is like weirdly holding a wad of cash, which seems a little strange. But anyway, yeah, I just noticed that. But yeah, like I think if I read this review and saw that the quality wasn't good, there's no way I would buy it after this, unless then there were a bunch of people that said they updated it and it's better now.
Right, which begs the question, I think we both think that May 1010 is being truthful.
Yes. I think
it comes across. It's that point at the beginning about because of other reviews, I checked the scalp, which makes me think they've done due diligence, which makes me trust them.
I agree. I also think that they took extra effort. I mean, and maybe it was an effort for them and it was just something I picked up on because I'm not a part of this world. But I do feel like there's this thing about people that write reviews specifically for American Girl doll where they really want you to know that they're in the inside. They all use this AG instead of American Girl. They talk about how many dolls they have. She talks that this is a multi-generational thing. So she really wants the people that are reading this review to know that, listen, you're getting advice from somebody that has been around the block or, a few times with this American Girl situation.
And honestly, because I'm not in that culture, I appreciate knowing that they identify that way.
Yeah. I think it helps their credibility.
It's definitely not humorous because I think it's not funny to May.
Oh, no. This is
especially when it comes to children. Like, if you're getting these expensive gifts for your children that are this personal to you because you had them as a child, like, it is not a time for humor. Because this 100%. Really is very serious.
Yeah.
I mean,
and especially with the two daughters, because it sounds like she got both and one of them had a better experience than the other. That's awkward.
I mean,
yeah.
I lastly, before jumping into crowning, I did write down how, anytime you're playing with the hair or parting it or whatever, that's where you see the scalp because it's so but that does it. It's funny to me that you're talking about this plastic doll scalp, but it is that point that you role play with these dolls and you're playing with their hair. The hair is a huge feature of these dolls. So if it's thin and you don't want to part it to the side because you're going to see the scalp, then it is a deficiency in the product, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah. All right. I think I'm ready to crown. Are you?
I think so too.
All right. Let's do it.
Okay, so Chelsey and I each have our own set of 1 to 5 crown cards, and in an effort to be fair and not influenced by one another, we will simultaneously reveal our ratings.
The queens are tabulating. Total score.
Oh, interesting. So I'm holding up 3.5 crowns. Trey is holding up 4.5 crowns. Trey, why 4.5 crowns for May?
Honestly, I went on a journey with this review emotionally as well. But at first I sort of thought that May was a Karen. But then I sort of started thinking, this is an investment financially. There's a very high standard to the brand.
Yes.
And it's just not funny. So to me, I took off half a crown because I do think that this, I'm never now, officially I can declare I will never purchase 88.
Yeah. Oh, no. Okay.
So
good to
for
know.
that reason, I did 4.5 crowns because the spelling is great. I believe May 1010. They've shown me their due diligence, their history with the brand. They're an insider. I'm not. And, for that reason, I don't think humor was warranted, but as to be a full review queen, I want to have all of that. So 4.5. What about you? Why'd you do 3.5?
I concur with everything that you've said. I think that May is a good Samaritan. I think she's done her due diligence by this community. The one place where I took off a few extra points was, I know that this was a review for 88. However, I thought there could have been a little more self-awareness around what the customer service was doing for her. Even if there was just a sentence that said, I want to give a good shout out to, customer service for literally sending me 3 different dolls because I was unhappy. That was amazing. That being said, this review is specifically for this doll. I would have appreciated that. I think that that's maybe where the Karen impulse came from, because it was they sent me another one, they sent me another one, they sent me another one, and it was never thank you for trying to fix this issue. So that was where I took the extra crown off, and 3.5 for May. But good Samaritan, and thanks for the advice. We won't buy the doll.
Totally.
That's it.
I hear that. Oh my gosh, so fun. I love the whole culture of American Girl. So what a joy to get this review.
It was fun.